Texas. They say everything's bigger here, and they're right. We've got big cars, big hearts, and even bigger steaks. This is beef country, Texas, home to the Alamo, the Cowboys, and the largest military installation known to man. So big, it has a big name. Fort Hood, the great place. It's got a Texas-sized podcast as well. And this is it, right here, Fort Hood's great big podcast. Yeehaw.
It's always me. No, actually, you opened the show last week, so I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Did you?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I did.
I don't know. Anybody got a good April Fool's joke?
I don't have anything.
Man.
It's more pranks than jokes.
Yeah. True.
Well, I did play a trick on myself. Last night I ate 20 chicken nuggies. The joke's on me, 'cause my stomach hurts. I will never do that again. First and last time. Who eats 20 chicken nuggies?
I love chicken nuggets.
I've never eaten. I don't know what came over me, but
it's like,
my
have you
stomach
never
hates
been
me.
a teenager? My kid would knock out a whole thing.
Trust me, my stomach's not built for that these days.
Well, that's these days. But think about it, man. There was a point in your life when you could eat a whole large pizza in one sitting.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there was.
That is true.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're getting old, brother. That's it.
You know what? This weekend I may just eat a whole large pizza, just out of stubbornness.
What's your favorite toppings?
I did it.
I gotta know.
Pepperoni and bacon. But I am also one of those people that does not mind ham and pineapple.
Nope. Lost me there.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
It's good.
My
And
go-to,
it's healthy.
this was what they called a sausage special from my favorite pizzeria back in Milwaukee, right? This was what was on it. Italian sausage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Pepperoni.
Now you're talking.
Yep. Onion, green pepper, black olive,
Nope.
and mushroom.
No, I don't like olives.
Not me either.
That's 6 toppings. And extra cheese, so 7 if you're going that
I
route.
love cheese.
Yeah.
I don't mind cheese pizzas.
That is my favorite pizza. Okay, so everything was good until the black olive, I guess.
Yeah. Everything was good to the black olives.
What's your favorite pizza?
I really love pepperoni.
Just plain old pepperoni pizza?
Yeah, just double pepperonis.
That's so American.
I don't mind tomatoes and mushrooms on there too.
Yeah.
But my go-to is just pepperoni.
No pineapple.
Double cheese. No pineapple, no. I don't like...
Everybody's got a crust they prefer
I
too.
love the cheese stuffed crust.
Oh,
okay.
So
There you
good.
You?
Oh, yeah.
Same thing?
Yeah.
Give me
That's the
that
best
crust.
one.
No, my favorite is the cracker. It's super thin.
I do
Super
like
Oh, I
the
do
thin
like
ones.
thin crust.
I like thin crust.
Thin
but,
crust.
But you can't, it's hard to
You
beat
can't
cheese.
stuff a thin crust pizza because there ain't
No.
nothing there to
Yeah.
stuff. No, but I love it, man. You pick it up and it crunches. It's just
Ugh, I'm
perfect.
getting hungry now.
Did I just try to eat my
yeah.
microphone?
We're getting
know.
ready for lunch. That's why I'm doing this to Kelvin anyway. April Fools.
No food for you.
Yeah, we do have a cool show this week, and you're gonna miss out on the first interview
Oops.
because she's got
I gotta go.
You got a spring concert coming up though, right?
I do, yes.
Yeah. When is the first Cav band gonna do a spring concert?
I actually don't know the date.
Oh, yeah. Well, she's really
You're
paying
fired.
attention there, but hey, you've been rehearsing, right?
Yeah. I'll let you know.
Yeah. Well, next week you better
Yeah, I will.
email me if you don't make it in here. And say,
I
hey,
will.
we're doing our spring concert at such and such. And
Yes.
all right, so stay tuned, dear listeners.
Yeah.
But we do have 2 very cool interviews. We have the family. April is the month of the military child.
Yes.
Shout
Yeah.
out to the kids.
Shout out to the kids.
We did that
so-
last year.
We do it every year.
Yeah,
they do it every
it's
year.
great.
So anyway, we have Fort Hood's Family Advocacy Program director here, and new parent support group and all that other good stuff. And you're not going to be here for that one, but I think we got Blair coming in at the end of the show too, talking movies this month. So stay tuned. Lots coming up. And, we'll be back after this.
Hey golfers, are you looking for a new course to play? The Courses of Clear Creek is a 27-hole course with challenging greens located in the scenic rolling hills of Fort Hood. With a 300-yard driving range, 2 putting greens, and a 4-hole kids course, we're the premier golf course in Central Texas. Our pro shop is always stocked with the latest golfing equipment and name brand apparel, while our beautiful pavilion overlooking the course is a great place to enjoy a cold beverage. The Courses of Clear Creek, open to the public, offering annual, monthly, and summer membership packages. Give us a call today at 254-287-4130 or find us on the web at hood.armymwr.com.
It's what your tax dollars sound like. Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast.
April Fools. Again.
Again.
Yeah.
I love April Fools.
Did you mess with anybody today?
No, a grown adult, Dave. I don't play
come
those
on.
games.
Okay. That's just too serious. All right, but April 1st is the beginning of the month of the military child.
Shout out to the kids.
Shout out to the kids. Exactly. Right. And ironically, I don't know, this is kind of weird to me. April is also
Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Yeah. This is Monique Russell.
Good morning.
Hi, Monique.
How are you?
And your title is?
I'm the Family Advocacy Program Manager at ACS FAP.
Yeah. Doesn't that kind of feel kind of weird that they do Month of the Military Child and Child Prevention Awareness Month in the same month?
Well, we're highlighting children from all directions.
Yeah.
Right? We're celebrating our military kids and their resilience and how hard they work to support the mission in their own special way, and also reminding the community that we care enough about our kids to take special emphasis and attention to preventive measures to keep them safe.
Okay. All right. I guess I can buy that. And we are also joined by Melissa Scheller. And Melissa, you are the new Parent Support Program Manager here at Fort Hood, right?
That's me.
Okay, there are no new parents in this room right now, but there are a lot of new parents in the Army based on the demographics of our force, right?
Yes, there are.
You guys have a whole lot of cool things going on this month, don't you?
Yes, we do. We like to concentrate on the children and get the message out there about growth and development and about just everybody's job in, like Ms. Russell said, spotlighting our military children who have to go through a lot and they have no choice in what they go through.
I think before we get into the programs, maybe just general discussion. What do you ladies think is the biggest challenge, or what some of the challenges for an Army brat? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that one of the biggest challenges that Army families face is that there's constant moves, there's deployments, and oftentimes they're removed from their support base, right? Their support base, their family of origin. And that's where the New Parent Support Program comes in. It's a voluntary strength-based program that reaches out to expectant parents and parents of children under the age of 36 months. And Melissa can tell you so much about all the services and curriculums that they offer. But it's a really great program, and it's one of our hidden gems here at Fort Hood because a lot of folks don't know about it.
Okay. So what about that?
Well, the New Parent Support Program, it is absolutely a hidden gem, like Ms. Russell said. We are a program, the 0 to 3 population, we call it, pregnancy to 36 months. We do home visits is the mainstay of our program. Our home visitors are at a minimum, bachelor's degree registered nurses and licensed clinical social workers.
Wow.
And we come into the home for free. And like I try to tell parents sometimes, do you know how much it would cost to have a nurse or a social worker come into your home and talk about your pregnancy or child development or discipline, relationship issues that revolve around, because we all got kids here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did the relationship change after kids came into it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and
Absolutely.
that's a whole new thing to navigate and get through. So with new parent support, all the home visitors have experience in working with families with young children.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the nurses are labor and delivery nurses, some pediatric nurses, some have worked on pediatric mental health units. My social workers have extensive working background with. We don't counsel. That's why I'm hesitant to say counsel, because in our job, we're primary and secondary prevention, which primary everybody benefits from. So if we had information about growth and development and appropriate play, right, everybody benefits from that if they have a child in that group. But say that we're talking about relationship because mom and dad or partners haven't agreed on what everyone's going to do. A common thing could be, mom's been at home and she does all the shopping, all the chores, all the housework, and then you have the kids. Well, after you have a baby, you're lucky if you get a shower, let alone clean the house, right?
Sure.
And that can cause friction between the partners, and that we need to renegotiate on what we're going to do because I need help. And that's a way new parent support with just simple, we have a lot of curriculums and tools, and even we can do worksheets if that's what they want, that can start a conversation between the parents. And our main goal is to always bring the focus back to the child.
Right.
Because we want a healthy, the ultimate goal of having children, I think for all of us, we want them to grow up to be productive, healthy, happy members of society.
Absolutely.
Right. And that's a family effort.
Right.
So you've got to get everybody. Once you have kids, they're fun, but the ultimate goal is to help a family be happy in that process of raising their children.
What are some of those courses, classes, and?
Well, if we do home visits, we have multiple curriculums that we use, but the big one that I can discuss that we use regularly is Parents as Teachers. And Parents as Teachers is fabulous because it starts out with has some for pregnancy that will concentrate on parenting. And then once the child is here, it actually hits the core support systems. Do you have community support? How are the finances? Do you understand growth and development? All the kind of pillars that tie in to family strength and healthiness. Another thing that we do to help really drive home in that curriculum, the growth and development, we do ages and stages questionnaires, which are quite in-depth evaluations that will tell you developmentally, okay, your 2-month-old's on target. Next time we do this, they'll be 4 months old. Sure. And these are the kind of activities that they are working toward, and here are things you can do to help them grow to that activity. And then it goes right on through to the 36 months old. So when you hit that terrific twos, as we call it, right?
Terrible twos.
Oh, no, they're just
terrific twos.
They're
Terrific
learning.
twos.
And they're just good at being 2-year-olds. They're doing their job. And that's the thing. Growing up and testing boundaries, that's a child's job.
True.
Okay, so they're terrific, and they're really good at being 2-year-olds. Some of them are really good at it. By the time they hit 3, they're kind of what you call the buddy stage. That's where they want to help you with everything. But 2-year-olds have learned the power of no, or the power of a temper tantrum, and we can help navigate that.
Before we started the session, you were saying you've been doing this for 14 years?
Coming up, October 1st, it'll be 14 years that I have been doing new parent support.
We are not deploying soldiers as often as we did. I mean, there was a period there for a good 8 years where it was just back to back, especially here at Fort Hood. How do you help families that are dealing with the separation, where it is a, all right, all of a sudden you're a single mom, even though you didn't expect to be.
Right. That was my life.
Yeah.
That was my life. I remember
Right.
sitting there many a time thinking, wow, I didn't realize I'd signed up to be a single parent for long stretches of time, you know? And it is different. It's a lot of challenges, and we do have help with reintegration, we call that, separation and reintegration. It was a lot of the deployments between Iraq and Afghanistan, but now it seems to be more, it's the going to Korea for a year or going to Germany for a year, which I think is probably even more challenging, because then it's two separate households that they basically have to have.
Sure.
And there's a lot of stress. And how does the parent that's away stay in contact? What's a way to get the children ready for when that parent returns?
Right.
Because, kids are creatures of consistency and schedule. They thrive on it. They need it. So it can really change up when the other parent comes home for a few weeks and then leaves again. And then when they come home for good, it's hard on the parent that's returning, and it's hard on the parent and the children that are here.
Right.
Some of the classes that we offer that could be helpful are relationship enhancement series. We have our stress, anger, and conflict management that's good for all parents. We also have a boot camp for expecting dads, where they get to practice wearing the sympathy belly and go through some basic childcare and techniques. We also have the couples communication classes. So things like that are going to be really useful.
See Kelvin in retirement. That's my sympathy belly. No, seriously. What you guys do is very important. You were talking about with not having, all right, you're in the Army, you're an Army brat. The family is separated from extended family. Is this a way just to help create that extended family? What do you think?
Yes, I think it is. I think it's very much a way to help, because if the families were at home, let's just use a simple topic like breastfeeding, for instance.
Right.
If mom's here, they've only been here a minute, like a lot have been. She really doesn't have any close relationships yet.
Right.
We're going to help her with that. We try to encourage them and give information on pathways where you can meet other parents so that you can form those friendships. But the nice thing about having the nurse or the social worker come out is you have somebody there that sometimes you just need somebody to listen and hear you. And then if there are solutions out there, hey, I hear you're stressed, finances are a struggle. Even with Army, have you gone and contacted financial readiness to see if there's ways that with a budget things could be alleviated? Before COVID, and once COVID is over, a great resource we have for parents was every Wednesday we would have our Explore Learning and Play morning, which is a play morning for the 0 to 3 population. We'd have it at Bronco Youth Center. It goes from 9:30 to 11 every Wednesday. Once everything's lifted and we can be back in there, we'll do it again. But the thing that was nice about that, we set up the whole gym, lots of toys, and I mean lots of toys. We fill up the gym with it. We have a craft that they do every week, a different week that mom and child or parent and child can do together. But there's all the parents and all these, they're the same age group. That was one thing I found interesting when I became a parent, because I waited longer to become a parent in the first place.
Sure.
But once I had that 1 or 2 or 3 year old, here I was in my 30s, but I got along perfectly fine, say, with another one that was in maybe 22, 23, because we had that similar life circumstance. So you have this whole group of the 0 to 3 with all those parents there, and a lot of friendships actually get formed at that play morning, which can help build the support and assistance that they need. What we are doing at this time for Month of the Military Child, because we've not been able to have that in-person play morning, on the 14th of April, we are having what we call our drive-through fun day.
Okay.
And that's going to go on between 9:30 and 11, just like Play Morning was. It is going to be at the Bronco Youth Center, which is off of Tank Destroyer.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen is the families will be able to drive through the long driveway that's in front of Bronco, and we are going to have stations set up where there will be, we're going to give out bags that'll have 4 different crafts in them, because normally we do the one craft every Wednesday.
Right.
So we're going to have them all set up in there with directions, and they're geared toward the 0 to 3. We're going to have information sheets about, it's April, it's spring.
Mm-hmm.
What can you do? We're going to have those in there. And we are going to have child safety table there, where as you go by, they will give you child safety information. The child passenger safety seat, well, they will give you information about your car seats and where those can be inspected to make sure they're installed appropriately. We are going to have an ACS, because we are part of ACS, but we're just one part of many programs in ACS.
Absolutely.
So like I said, the financial readiness and stuff, there will be information there. We're going to have music. We're going to have fun. And, everybody's invited to come. You don't have to be registered.
April 14th, Bronco Youth Center, from when to when?
9:30 to 11.
9:30 in the morning.
Drive through. Last time we did this, we did it in October for the first time, and we had 152 cars come.
Oh, wow.
Wow. That's pretty good.
The parents miss our play mornings. When we do play mornings, we would have anywhere from 100 to 200 with parents and the kids. Now, granted, some may show up half an hour later, 2-year-olds melting down, time to go. But in the course of the thing, we would have approximately up to as many as 200 people signed in to come play.
Monique, what is it going to mean to the family advocacy program to have COVID end and be able to actually function the way you were set up to function?
Well, actually, we've continued a lot of our services. We've just moved a lot of things virtual. But once COVID is over, of course, our home visitors are eager to get back out into the homes and offer in-person home visits and hospital visits to the moms and dads. Also, our classes will be, instead of being 100% virtual, we're probably going to do a little bit of hybrid services, because we've seen that the virtual programming has actually been helpful. It's actually allowed folks to cut down commute times. They can get from one activity to another just by clicking a couple of clicks on the screen. So we'll still offer all of our classes, and as many as possible will remain virtual as well as in person. We'll continue with all of our troop education on prevention of family violence and child abuse. And we're just looking forward to actually seeing people again on a regular basis. I mean, we're the helping folks, right? Even though sometimes we bring bad news, but we're the helping folks, and we want to be there to offer support and help families and couples and individuals to learn and grow. So I just think we'll be able to continually reach out to even more people using the hybrid platforms now.
What's the best way for someone to get a hold of you guys if they want to take part in the programs and learn more about them?
Okay, well, they can always call ACS directly, and our numbers are 287-2286. That's 254-287-2286 if they want to register for any of the new parent support classes, and if they want any of the couples enrichment or the life skills series, they can call 254-618-7586.
Okay. Final thoughts, ladies?
Well, I think we probably jumped in. We were so excited and we jumped right into discussion of programs.
Yeah, we did.
But I want to tell y'all a little bit about the history of Child Abuse Prevention Month, because we know this has been going on for a while, right? You guys have been here for more than a decade. Child abuse prevention actually started back in 1982. Originally, it was Child Abuse Prevention Week that was enacted by Congress. And the following year, President Ronald Reagan made it a full month. And so we've been doing this since the 80s, just taking a pause to recognize the issues involved in child abuse and neglect, but also to take kind of like a knee and pause as a community and take stock of what we can do and what some of our individual responsibilities can be in helping prevent child abuse.
Yeah.
which is why the first question you asked, why do we do child abuse prevention? Child abuse prevention is a national campaign. That's going on. You may see blue pinwheels because it started originally. A grandmother lost a grandson to child abuse circumstances, and she started putting a blue ribbon in memory of her grandson on her car. So that has spread with the blue ribbon and turned in because a symbol for children, the blue pinwheels. And you will see blue pinwheels in places around post. We are putting them out at the Shoemaker Center in recognition of preventing child abuse. Yes.
On the 1st.
So you will see all the lovely pinwheels and everything. Yes. And pinwheels are they're fun.
Yeah.
And they kind of symbolize children and all.
Well, ladies, thank you very much for coming on the program. And happy month of the Military Child Month. And
we love our military kids. We don't know what we'd do without them.
And hope to hear. You got to come back. I know this is your second time, but you have a lot of programs. We should come on back and we'll talk about them, okay? Okay. And we will have more coming up, I think, movie reviews, right?
Let's go.
Wow. Right after this.
Thanks.
Hey, it's Melissa here from Fort Hood Shelter and Adoptions. Now is a great time to stop by and see what furry friends they have waiting for their forever home. Or, down boy, you can follow their Facebook page called Fort Hood Shelter and Adoptions. The great thing about pets that come from Fort Hood Shelter and Adoptions is, all right now, be good, they're practically free. Well, sometimes they're free. They just need a good mommy or daddy. So stop by Fort Hood Shelter and Adoptions. Check the Facebook page of Fort Hood Shelter and Adoptions, or even call Fort Hood Shelter and Adoptions at 254-287-4675 to make someone very, very happy.
Hey, Blair went to the movies. Hey, Blair went to the movies. Hey, Blair went to the movies. And here's what she thinks.
Blair finally went to the movies. Blair finally went to the movies because COVID kept her out for so long. And here's what she thinks about being
Boom, boom, boom.
You're like, about being there.
You finally went.
Yeah.
Was that the longest stint that you've never been in the theater?
It was a year. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's really long.
Because
man,
the last
me too.
movie I saw was Onward, and that came out in March of
I
last year.
remember when you reviewed that.
And then the week after, they shut everything down.
Wow.
So yeah, it was
I
a
love
year.
movies.
Kind of came full circle.
Yeah. Finally back at it.
Well, both of you ladies, there will be an even longer period where you don't go to the movies, and that's when you have children.
Oh.
Who says I'm going to
Yeah,
have
I don't
children?
think
All right. If you have children.
We've already discussed this.
All right, fine. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Fair.
All right. No, but I got to know. Mm-hmm. And you knew this was coming because I was razzing you yesterday. Mm-hmm. Tell me about the snacks before we get into the movies.
Okay, see, everyone listening, I really think the snack experience is part of the thing for you.
Yeah, it is.
It's not
Buttered
for
popcorn.
me. It's not for me.
Did you have pretzel bites?
No.
Nachos?
Here's what me and my roommate do, okay?
Overpriced chocolate.
No.
With caramel.
Listen.
It is worth it.
No, trust me. Listen. Me and my roommate go to the Cinemark in Temple, and in front of that is a restaurant that we love. It's called Longhorn Steakhouse.
Oh.
So if I'm going to spend $30 on food, it's going to be in the steakhouse in front of the theater before we go watch the movie. You see what I'm saying?
But that popcorn, though.
It's like
There's
steak
still room for snacks.
or popcorn.
Yeah.
that
you know.
popcorn life.
Now, if I get there and, I'm like, I want to hold over till the movie's over, I'll get like a small popcorn or something. But that's not part of the movie-going experience for me.
Not even a
Oh,
cherry
man.
icy?
That's
Wow.
part of it.
Icy.
Sometimes.
That's
Ooh,
I
not
love
cherry, but
those
like a
things.
If I want to treat myself sometimes. But
Yeah, especially in the summer.
Yeah. I would be more inclined in the summer to get an icy.
All right,
But
so I'm all about the snacks and you're not, I guess. All right.
I like going to the mall in Temple or to the movie theater in Temple because they let you bring in coffee.
Okay.
wow.
Is that the one inside the mall?
It's the one with IMAX.
Okay, I've been there once.
Yeah, there's an IMAX in there too.
Yeah.
I love movies.
Yeah.
Yeah. They have like an attached shop and they also sell alcohol and you can bring that into the theater too. They have like an agreement with.
Alcohol.
I don't think we really want to get into that.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Coffee. You can get the coffee
Don't
in
drink.
there.
We don't drink here.
Well,
Don't do that.
I don't, but you guys do what you're going to do.
I like water.
Listen,
I partake.
2 movies were
Yes.
reviewed in the Fort Hood Sentinel. Leisure Sports Editor.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you tipped us off last time. There's a family movie, and then there's a not so family movie, right?
It's like a older kids family movie, I'd say. Not like this.
Really?
Not like
13
yeah, it was
plus.
like a PG-13.
All right, so
movie.
talk about the family friendly movie first. What was it?
Okay, it was Raya. I always mix it up. It's Raya and the Last Dragon, and the Last
And
Dragon.
the
I always
Last
forget
Dragon.
and. It's a Disney movie. Basically, it follows Raya and her search for Sisu, who is the last dragon, and their journey to rebuild their land. What's it called? Sorry, y'all.
Good thing
I've
you got
slept
the
since
cheat
then.
sheet.
I know. Kumandra.
Oh.
Yeah. It was
Kumandra.
collectively called Kumandra, but then after all the dragons died because
How sad.
yeah, there's these things called the Droon that are like these cloud-like entities that when they hit a person, the person turns to stone. So
Oh, like dinosaurs, right? Okay. no.
So, Kumandra split up into several pieces. There's fang. It's all different parts of a dragon. So there's spine. I think it was tail, literally tail, claw,
Okay.
something like that. And heart, which is where Raya's from. And they have this gem that was made by Sisu, which got rid of the Droon and protects them. But in the beginning, she, as a child, she trusts another child from Fang, who's supposedly the bad group. And
Oh, yeah, Fang. I mean, come on.
yeah, and so edgy. And it breaks into pieces, and one person from each group, one leader from each of the tribes takes a piece, and everything just is chaos after that. And kind of like post-apocalyptic, because then the Droon can come in more and take over more things.
This is a
because
cartoon, right?
yes. It's a lot to follow. It is
Yeah.
a lot. Like the first 30 minutes was probably just setting the
scene.
yeah, like this is why this happened, and then this happens to set up the main story. So
Wow.
yeah.
Now, I saw the promo picture in the paper, in last week's paper, and went,
Mm-hmm.
it's really kind of cute.
Yeah.
The dragon.
Isn't it?
The dragon
cute.
looks
Yeah,
adorable.
I mean, it sounds so deep, but I mean, the pictures were cute.
Yeah, some of the complaints initially when they put out the trailers, they thought the dragon looked like Elsa a lot. I don't know.
Huh?
They go.
Like definitely yeah, definitely like the color scheme for sure. But throughout a lot of the movie, as they go collecting the pieces of the help me, Lord, the stone, she gets different powers. So the second one they get, she can.
So she gets powers when she gets stoned.
Of course, that's what you get out of.
Okay, all right.
But no, like what her siblings who were dragons, they came together to create the stone. So all of their strengths are in it. So one of them was like she could transform herself into a human.
Okay.
So she looks like a human for a lot of the movie and not as a dragon a lot
Dragony.
of the time. Yeah. So which is helpful when they're trying to go around and not show everyone that she's the last dragon.
Oh, yeah.
You know. So, but
Incognito.
yeah, there's a lot of characters. My roommate went into this kind of not knowing what to expect because a lot of the commercials sometimes didn't even show Raya. There's a lot of characters, but they're all lovable, all of them.
Aw.
And once you get the gist of everything that's happening, it doesn't matter anymore. And this is the most visually stunning, like animated movie I have seen
Ooh.
in my life. Like just the
Ever?
yeah,
Wow.
just like you can tell.
High praise indeed.
Yeah, the technology, everything is just there. The fight
Wow.
sequences are real. Even in the beginning, I noticed when Raya's talking to her father, just the way he moves when he's talking to her, it's almost like you're watching a real person in their
Cool.
Wow.
mannerisms, the detail just in even if you just look up like the promo posters and stuff, there's one with rain dripping off her hat. You can just tell the water looks real, which I know has been a problem in animation because it's hard to do.
Right.
And then like the physicality of the fighting scenes too are also really realistic and quick, you know.
That's
so,
cool.
But the overall message of the movie is the importance of trust. And because when it comes down to it, she has to trust the same girl who screwed her over the first time when she was younger to fix everything.
That's hard.
Which I left kind of conflicted because me being the completely untrusting person I am, trust on the surface, the message of trust is good. But like you don't want to tell kids to run around trusting people
Trust
because that's the
everybody.
right thing to do. Because, you know, like obviously it's a Disney movie, it's a kids movie, everything came out fine. Right.
Sure.
But it's not always going to be that way when you trust other people. So it's like, yes, you should trust, but also trust your gut. That would be my message.
A+ on the graphic
100%.
and
Yeah.
B- on the message.
It's just, you know, and there was so much just in the storyline. It's hard.
Hard to
The movie
follow.
would have to be 2 hours longer to really do a thorough, like, trust in this situation, but not in this one.
Right.
You know, so, you know, I just feel parents, if you're paranoid like how my parents were,
Right.
like, trusting is good, but, you know, it's important to, you know, let your kids know to trust their instincts. If something doesn't look right,
Right.
it's not right, probably, most likely. So, you know, or maybe you can use it's like trust in your parents to help us or to help you make decisions, or if you're not sure about something.
Did either one of you guys see this movie?
No, but
No.
it's on the streaming service too, right?
It is on Disney Plus for $30, and I wasn't about to do that. So
Yeah, no. All right, that's the family-friendly version
Yay.
of the month. Now you also did another movie, right?
yeah, and it was trash.
Oh man, last time we did this, you bagged on both movies.
Well, see, this time I didn't.
What about
I
this
didn't know
one?
both.
What about this one?
Okay, this one's called Chaos Walking. It stars Daisy Ridley and Tom Holland, who
Ooh,
people
Tom
know
Holland.
as yes,
Spider-Man.
He also had another movie come out this month called Cherry. Watch that, and not this. I'm serious.
Okay,
I've heard,
so he's in one good movie and one clunker.
yeah, Cherry's definitely for adults. Like, no, I wouldn't let kids watch it at all. But
Right.
just so y'all know, but this movie was just. It probably should have been a TV series because there were so many details that were skipped over, and it just became just a whole road full of potholes trying to get to the end. So it was a really bumpy ride on the
Okay.
way to the end.
So story wasn't so good.
No, like, okay,
Plot? What's that?
here's the plot. Okay. It's like in the 2200s, okay? So let's jump 200 years into the future. The humans have been sent to another planet to
Can we fly by
inhabit it.
ourselves by then?
No, but when men enter the atmosphere of this planet, just men, they don't explain why, just men, have the noise, which basically is a physical, I can't think of the word, their thoughts are portrayed physically in front of them, so whatever they're thinking, everyone hears it.
But only men?
Nope.
Only the men.
That's not fair. That's sexist.
I'm not going to
Only-
that
That's
world.
crazy.
Only the men. So,
So all the women can read the men's minds because it's
Yeah.
right there.
and
Or
then
they can hear it.
and the other men can hear the other men too.
Oh, that's messed
So
up.
yeah. Everyone,
That would be messed up.
yeah, everyone can hear. You know, which I think would be an interesting like idea to explore. You know, just because like, can you imagine everyone hearing every thought you have?
I
No.
no.
like
Not
it
at
would
all.
make you more conscious about what you're thinking, right?
Yeah.
So, but again, this should have been a TV series.
What
because
about your
there's-
subconscious? Could they see that too?
No.
Okay, never mind.
No. Like, so Tom Holland is the youngest man in this town of all men, only men.
Poor guy.
It was weird to me, and one of the plot holes was like, obviously they have all this technology. It's 200 years in the future. The girl, when she crash lands there, and all of her peers that were with her are dead. You know, like they came there with using all this technology. So why this group of guys, they're living like pioneers. It was almost like a Western movie where they're trying to settle in a new, complete, like with no help. So, you know, they used horses to get everywhere, even though at one point there's like a motorbike shown, like they had technology to make machinery and make their lives easier. But no. We've stepped backward from how we came here to now. So,
definitely no flying 200 years from now in that movie.
No. The antagonist is the mayor of this settlement, and he is the one man who can control his thoughts. He uses his thoughts to like throw things out. So like the girl's running away at one point, and he imagines like a fence. So the fence pops up around her.
Whoa.
And it's just thought she could have run straight through it. It was just something fake.
What a creeper.
An illusion.
Yeah. So,
Illusion, yeah.
so, you know, I don't understand. It's never said why he can control his thoughts, but not everyone else.
Well, he's the mayor, and
Yeah,
he's
the mayor.
obviously more evolved.
Yeah. But like, you think it's weird because Tom Holland's character has memories of having a mother who obviously is now gone. The mayor blames the native inhabitants of this planet called Spackle.
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 Oh my God.
Okay, who are these like tall, almost
It's like the screenwriter was, you know, I'm going to just stick something in there as a placeholder.
Literally.
And they never changed it.
I think this was
Right.
based off of a book. I think it was based off of a book. But like that doesn't matter. So it still was bad. So the Spackle look like if anyone's familiar with Avengers Age of Ultron, like how Ultron's body was really tall, like that. Like exactly like that. They're brought up as the people that wiped out all the women of this town. And they have an encounter with one time. And that's it. There is no explanation on why, or even like a idea of why they supposedly killed them or whatever. Come to find out later, the mayor became so insecure, I guess is the word, that women could read his thoughts, and some of the other men did too. So they wiped out all their own women, screwing themselves over and stepping backward.
Good job.
So
Mayor.
I know, I was like, and then there's a preacher who goes around, and his noise is like really vibrant and big, and because he has embraced it, and he's, you know, taken it in a spiritual way, not in a good way, and, you know, goes around intimidating people. He's always like quoting things out of the Bible, you know, all this. He's nuts. Okay, just completely nuts, and not in a good mental place to be the spiritual leader of this settlement. So once the girl crash lands, Tom Holland, his character, sees her, and all he can think of, oh, it's a girl. And like their thoughts overlap. So like it's hard to keep up, and you're going at the screen because it's like, he's like, it's a girl. I've never seen a girl. You know, her hair is pretty. Just all on top of each other.
So was it boy meets girl, boy likes girl likes boy?
Well, the
Happy
girl didn't
ending?
really like the boy.
There you go.
She friend zoned him a little bit at the end. Yeah.
So much for Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, yeah. And then there's a couple parts in this movie, like for animal lovers. Yeah, don't get attached to the animals.
Oh.
So I'm just warning you. I thought at one point my roommate was going to get up and leave. Like, this movie ticked her off. Like, she was like, that is the worst movie I have ever seen in theaters in my life. When we sat in the
that's
truck,
worst.
we were like, and we both were like, this should have been a TV show, because there's so much that was brought up. And turns out they're going to find a way to communicate with her mothership, you know, which is holding 4,000 people. Totally fine in space.
Okay.
And they come across other settlements. And he's like, there's people, and there's women, and there's children, because they were preparing him to be the last one alive out of them, because obviously they can't keep going. So I was like, you've got to be kidding. You know, so there was just so much to be explored, but you can't explore it in a 2-hour time frame.
Yeah.
So I feel like they kind of cheated themselves there. But, you know.
Okay, you're trashing it.
I am.
What's like Rotten Tomatoes or some of the other places? What are they saying about it?
Let me look. Let me look.
Because I'm curious. It sounds like a movie that they
actually
purposefully
looked it.
made to
For
make
sequels.
more of
Yep.
them.
Trilogy.
See, I didn't think they were.
It sounds like they were trying to go
just
for
based on what she's saying. It
Like
sounds
a-
like they wrote it so that they
Yeah.
could
They
write
could
more.
explore
Well,
more
it
in the next
seems.
movie.
I feel like they could have done that if they would have broken the story up because they already they got the ship to come to where they were,
Yeah.
and they're starting a new settlement in a place that obviously has some social problems.
Issues?
Yeah, because there's a problem that apparently no one has the answer to. So it's like we need to know why only men are affected, and we need to know how that would affect a settlement coming in.
Right.
Like, do we need to pick only a certain type of people that can handle, you know, their thoughts being heard all the time?
Yeah.
Or what? Because it's hard. And then another thing I didn't like is like none of the men could have deep, profound. Hang on, my words are mixing together. Profound thoughts. So it was like I don't remember one of the men thinking deeply the entire time.
Sounds about right.
It was
Yeah.
it's like we all know men are capable of thinking deeply,
Oh,
and if we
look,
can
girl,
see,
pretty.
not all of them.
literally, I was like, come on,
I feel like they were trying to go for like sci-fi western.
ha,
Like that's a big like futuristic cowboy.
And
Trope.
maybe maybe the point to that one is that all men are Neanderthals.
I don't know.
Huh?
I guess. I mean, that's what it came across as. Like, to control the townsmen when they got out of line, the mayor would think, he said, I am the circle, and the circle is me. And then, like, this spinning circle would come up around his head. Then, before you know it, all the men are thinking the same thing.
Okay.
I am the circle,
Whoa.
and the circle is me.
Hive mind.
I know. And I'm like, what is this? Okay. Audience gave it a 72%, which that's bullcrap.
Ooh,
Audience,
70.
thank you.
Ooh, that's
Critics said
fresh.
21.
There you go.
So critics, you were right this time. But yeah, no, it was garbage. I don't suggest watching it.
Well, it had a lot of like action, right? Especially against animals.
Yeah, there was one part I almost started crying because it was just sad, and I didn't even watch the whole thing because I knew I couldn't because it would make me upset.
Yeah.
But like,
Yeah, I don't think I'd like that either.
no.
no, because there's one part
No.
involving a horse, and then there's one part involving a dog.
Nope, don't do it.
See, the dog. See, you know, people that own horses or work with horses know if their leg breaks
Yeah.
or
Gotta
something,
kill it.
you have to put them out of their because they don't recover from that.
Right.
So there's one part where he's running after her. Tom Holland is running after Daisy Ridley's character. She has found this bike that is the only bike, I guess, left in the town and got it to run and is running away from the mayor and all these people coming after her. And Tom Holland hops on a horse and goes after her, and she's riding through this really thick forest, and she goes off a cliff and completely off a cliff and hits the ground. The horse and Tom Holland do the same thing. I mean, he yeeted this horse off this cliff. I was like, yeah, that horse ain't going to make it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so he had to kill the horse. And I was like, this sucks. And then the dog. And I told y'all I hate that preacher. But that's all I'm going to say about it. Okay? But yeah, that preacher's a jerk. So it was just trash is the overall just garbage, complete trash. And it made me sad.
Well, I'm sorry.
So you won't be watching the sequel. The chaos continues.
No, it's like, it seemed like they kind of at the end were like, okay, it's resolved. You know, because they're like, okay, because in the big climactic moment, he confronts the mayor and he gets injured, but then the mothership comes in and he is medically saved.
Oh, I forgot about the spaceships.
Literally, yeah. So, and then as he wakes up from recovering, he's seeing that they are working on a new settlement. And yeah, and okay, I swear to God, this futuristic thing he wakes up on, the prop person went to Walmart, got a plastic shower curtain, and laid it over him and was like, this is the future hospital blanket. I swear to God, it was a big just plastic tarp. He just went with it. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I was like, just come on. And that was the rushed ending of the movie. So yeah, I feel like they should have split it up into several, just because, and the amount of people that, which obviously if you're starting a new trilogy, that's risky, because if your first one doesn't go off good, then you are going to have just money losses usually after that.
Right.
But there's so many people on this earth I know that love Tom Holland already. And we're talking like 12-year-old girls with who will drag their family to the theater. So you're talking at least 3 other people. And they would have followed this, all the way.
Don't you think that's why the audience gave it a 74?
70.
I think so. I think it's a whole bunch of like young people on there like, oh my God, it's Spider-Man.
Yeah. Like, oh, all-star cast.
Which Tom
A-list
Holland.
cast.
Okay, I do want to say the actors did good with what they were given. There was no bad acting in this. So he performed well, she performed well, everyone else performed well. Yeah. Just, I feel like it was rushed, which is why I'm saying a TV series where they have, they can explore this, then this, then this, then this. They just needed more time to explain things instead of just rushing through it.
Okay.
And being like, here you go. So, yeah.
And we have more time. Well, actually, we're running out of time here in this show. So, Blair, what are you going to see this month? It's April.
There's nothing coming out. They pushed Black Widow out to July.
What?
Now, it was supposed to come out in May. They pushed it again. And so, my favorite Marvel character.
Yes.
The Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
If anyone's been paying attention, the Falcon and Winter Soldier just dropped their first episode. When this will come out, the second episode will have come out too. But they dropped their show. It started, and it was the biggest premiere on Disney Plus ever. And
we're not talking about that now.
Everyone's loving it. But yes, that's what I will be talking about because I love Bucky Barnes, and anything he does, I have to watch.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. I was going to bust on you, but I'm running out of time here.
Sorry.
She has 2, I have to say it though, on the way out. Her title is Sports and Leisure Editor, right? And she's in here doing movie reviews, but I was going to go, hey, who you got in the tournament? She hadn't even watched any of the NCAA tournament.
See, I'm
sports editor.
I'm the weirdest sports editor in the world. If I can't be there in person, then I don't want no part of it. It's just not the same. It's just not the same.
I'll give you a pass since you are so passionate about the movie gig.
Yes.
So we'll give you a pass on the March Madness. It's April now, so I guess I will give you a pass.
Yeah, there's no theme song for sports over here.
See, if y'all made me a theme song, maybe I'd watch it.
I would make a theme song, trust me, and you'd be singing it too.
I'd be down.
All right. Well, Blair, thank you so much. And we are going to take very little time right after this to say bye-bye.
All right.
Right after this.
If you've got problems and feel like you just can't get answers, there's a place for you to turn. The Inspector General's Hotline. They take your issues seriously. If you're at the end of your rope and need someone to reach out to, grab a pen and take down this number. 254-287-7209. That's 254-287-7209. The Fort Hood office of the Inspector General. They inspect generals, so you don't have to.
It's me, Super Mario. Woohoo! Hello to all my friends at the Fort Hood's Great Big Podcast. You number one.
Final thoughts? Go.
It's always a great day listening to Blair, but she was 100% correct about animals. I love dogs.
Mm-hmm.
And on my way to work yesterday, I'm going down Stan Schluter, and a dog just runs across the little Yorkie. I did a U-turn in the middle of the road because I was so horrified for this dog.
Aww.
I finally pulled to a place where I could stop. I'm looking for the dog. I don't see it. The dog was under my car.
Oh.
Looking up,
Aww.
just like begging for help. Sir, help me, please. So I helped him find his owner.
Nice.
Her. It was a her. I had to show you a video. And Just touched my
Good
heart.
job. Aw, you
10-pound dog?
reunited.
It was probably less than that.
Less
probably
than
about,
that.
Probably about 6 pounds.
Wow.
I think the correct term for that is doggo.
Doggo,
It's the
yes.
size of my cats.
Yeah.
Meow.
If he's bigger, it's a pupper.
I'm going to start using that. So I have
A
a
what?
pupper and a...
Pupper.
I have
Pupper
a
and a
pupper and a
doggo.
doggo.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, well, thank you.
Good
You're
job.
such a good person.
Well, it depends on who you ask, but that dog definitely believes
You were the
I'm a
hero.
good person. Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, animals are great.
Cool.
I love them
That's
All right.
awesome.
like I love you all.
And with
Aw.
that, we got to head
We
on
love
out the
you
door,
too.
yo.
We're leaving because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
It is almost lunchtime.
Yeah.
What about
It's
you,
time to
Brianna? Take
go.
us out. Your turn.
Spay and neuter your pets. It's been a great week. We had some good interviews,
We did.
although some bad movies. Ugh.
You know.
Hollywood's been struggling getting those movies out from COVID. But hopefully they get better.
They better.
All right. Thanks for listening, and bye, y'all.
Bye.
We out.
Driving down the road again. Tire starts thinning and cracks crumble the gravel lines. Just on the travel though